This is going to be another one of those Hannah does a tag video that she wasn't tagged in because she thinks it's an interesting thing to talk about video. Because we all love those. Today I'm going to be doing the feminist tag, meaning that I'm just really in the mood to get a bunch of really bigoted comments and a lot of fighting going on that make me just fear for the future of humanity. I'm not even going to talk really about why you should support feminism. Just if you don't, just get off this video. Just don't look for fights. Okay, so the first question is, how and when did you realise you were a feminist? I don't really have a specific moment. I mean, growing up identifying as a female meant that I always kind of like knew that I wasn't secondary to males, so I was like, well, obviously then I believed in my own human rights, so you know. Although I will admit that of course culture tends to portray feminist as like an angry, man-hating, annoying person, so I kind of didn't identify with that label until 2 or 3 years ago when I started getting really into like internet activism and stuff. It was interesting. Number 2 is, what is your favourite feminist book or movie or song or thing? I'm gonna have to think about this one. I'll do one for each. Okay, favourite feminist book. I'm gonna say Vivian versus the Apocalypse. I know I've forced some of my friends to read it and they haven't really been enjoying it, but I personally really like it because I feel like it kind of goes against every like dystopian cliche. Like, it's not the gun-toting strong female character, it's an actual realistic, well-rounded female character, and it's all about her friendship with another female character in the face of the apocalypse, and I love it so much. It's just really good. My favourite feminist movie, I would probably say Pacific Rim if I had actually seen Pacific Rim, but I haven't seen Pacific Rim, so I'm gonna say something else. What movies do I like? I'm tempted to say one of those like 1990s, 1980s teen movies. Like, But I'm a Cheerleader or Heathers or something. Heathers, is that feminist? I mean, it passes the Bechdel test with flying colours, but at the same time she does kind of get tricked by a guy into killing all her friends, so. My favourite feminist song, there's this one called Follow Your Arrow by something or other. I'm gonna go see what I can't remember who it's by. Follow Your Arrow by Casey Musgraves, apparently. That's a good song, I like that song. Although, there is always Beyonce. Flawless by Beyonce. Have to say I'm a fan of that. Also, I feel like I should mention that quote in Flawless, the song, is by an author, a Nigerian author I think, called Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I recognised it since I heard that song because it's from a TED talk that she does about feminism, which I absolutely adore. And I've watched about like 15 times, and you should definitely watch that TED talk and read some of her books. I recommend Purple Hibiscus. Go research Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie because she is one of my favourite people in the world. I just thought I would let you know that. The next question, can't remember what number it is where do you go to read up on current feminist topics? I'm not sure. I think I just, on my social media, like on Tumblr and Twitter and stuff, I always kind of keep up on it. And also my friends. I'm friends with a lot of really like socially aware people, and we always discuss this kind of stuff. And also sometimes I'll take a cheeky look on feminspire.com, but not that often. To be honest, it's usually just like what I come across in the public eye, in like who I follow and who I talk to and stuff. The next question is, how do you treat yourself? Most likely food. I like food. And when I'm feeling happy, I eat food. When I'm feeling sad, I eat food too, so maybe that's not treating myself. I tend to just let myself kind of have a day not doing anything, or doing stuff I want to do, which most likely is not leaving the house and staying on the internet or making videos or watching Netflix or whatever. I mean, I can't watch an entire series of Orange Is the New Black in one day, which is always quite fun. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but it's in the question. The question is, what's the most effective way to explain feminism to a newbie? And basically, I'm just going to say it's just about doing what you want to do and allowing other people to do what you want to do. To do what they want to do, not to do what you want to do. Obviously, I'm not talking about like killing puppies and stuff, because you probably shouldn't do that. But in terms of how you dress, the way you identify with yourself, the way that you express yourself, all of that is just about not letting people stop you from doing that and doing what you want to do, and realising that like if you're not hurting anybody, you're allowed to do whatever. I don't know. Is that how I would explain it? I think that's how I would explain it. The next question is a fill in the blank question, and it is, I kick the patriarchy to the curb by... I think I'm just unapologetically a feminist, and I use that word all the time, and I only use it in a positive context, and then people who aren't feminists or who are used to it being heard negatively are just like, oh, okay then. Like my friend did this great speech. I wasn't actually there because I'm not in her class, but she did this great speech on gender roles and stuff, and she was explaining it to me in the lunch hall, and just in the middle of the lunch hall I just went, yeah, intersectional feminism, and high-fived her. And people around us were all just like, what? The next question is, do you have any feminist YouTubers you recommend? Claudia Boleyn. Claudia Boleyn is one of my favourite YouTubers, and she often speaks up about social topics, often feminism, but also LGBT topics and racist topics. She talks about that she's not racist. And where am I going with this? She also really likes Doctor Who, which is a plus, and dislikes Stephen Moffat, which is another plus. And basically, I just love Claudia Boleyn a lot, and she gets a lot of hate, obviously, as you would, being as outspoken on social topics as she is, and she deserves all of the hugs and stuff, and I like every single video by her just because she gets a lot of dislikes because she believes that people deserve human rights. So yeah, Claudia Boleyn. Also, it's way past my bedtime, Carrie Hope Fletcher. She often, she kind of creates this really good girl community, and I'm not saying everyone who watches her is a girl, but it's definitely like she's acting like a big sister to these people, and she definitely tries to help teenage girls get over a lot of the issues that they face, and she's very, yeah, big sisterly, that's what I would say. Okay, so that's the end of all of the questions, I think, so I'm gonna go, I should tag people, but I don't have any people who watch me that I feel close enough to tag, so I'm just gonna say, if you're watching this and you have a YouTube channel, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, answer these questions and talk about the feminism thing and stuff. I need to learn how to sum up my videos more betterly. I need to learn how to use words better, actually. I'm gonna go now and probably do homework and listen to Beyonce and stuff. So see you later, next time that I have free time and an idea and no one wants to talk to me, which is very rare actually. See you then. Bye.